Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2, the Elder Kings mod, where we are playing as God Emperor Theodore Cassander II of Tamriel. Well, technically not the second at present. I'm going to fix that title eventually. But, in any case, I've listened to some feedback, done a bit of thinking, and, decided that eventually it is going to be, very, very soon, it is going to be time for Theodore to step aside in favor of his son. I'm probably just going to use the console, just type die, and have him ascend to the heavens to carry out his mission there. The higher duty, to fill the place of Shezar who goes missing. But that's a future duty. Right now, I think there's one thing I can still do. Because Hammerfell is in revolt, and revolts are not members of defensive pacts, so we can declare war on them freely. So I'm going to have him declare one last war before we move on. It's been a good, solid run with Theodore, but I think the beginning of the end is here. Do an imperial conquest of Rihad. That should, complete the set, so to speak. Alright, we are now at war. Now let's call in our best allies. Our personal levies should be enough, along with our retinue. So let's get our retinue moving. Now let's see if our granddaughter can become brave. Ah, brilliant. Count of Skyborn. We've been building new buildings for our new holdings. We want to end this war as quickly as possible because, if and when this revolt ends, so too does our war. It's Odvan Gardner. Alkosh uprising. So, alright. We have a religious revolt in Darhold. We may need to deal with this. Ah, we've lost our stress trait because of our dog. Fine, that is often how it goes. So I think we're a veteran. We're listed at veteran now. Force you to start a vote on the levy-shifted tribal obligations law. Okay, not sure why you would do that, but... Huh. We have an interesting relic that we found. Okay, what do we get? A cat. Oh, meantime, we invited Serana to court to be one of our temple vassals, and just married her because why not? But I will give her this nice kitty, since I already have a dog. And apparently, in Crusader Kings, there's only enough room to love one pet. Alright, let's look at this Alkosh uprising. We'll handle them well enough. Quite quickly. Meantime, the Alkosh revolt has been put down. Let's execute him. We have a young great-granddaughter named Catherine Cassander, who seems quite talented. Let us assign her grandfather as her guardian. Alright. So now Hammerfell itself is trying to attack us. And our borders are looking slightly prettier, I guess. So the Barony of Ohms. So yeah, again, borders are looking nicer. Oh yeah, we've smashed them. Oh, better man at increasing the church's opinion of me, or to teach me to be a more pious man. I'm already a reasonably pious man, I should think. So I'll just get the church to like me a bit more. Okay, what has Wendelbeck just converted to, then? What manner of horror? The Cult of Nocturnal, and the Cult of Meridia. Yeah, normally I would siege down a holding that powerful, but, Yeah, we absolutely need to win this war before Hammerfell wins theirs. So we are assaulting these holdings. They will not at present give in to our demands. So what the fuck do I do then?
So here's probably the most humiliating failure of my entire brief career as a Let's Player, but yeah, I don't have the footage of me winning that war, or of me subsequently killing off Theodore and passing the succession off to his son. I hit record when that all happened, which of course meant that I lost the recording. I then quit to try and fail to change the numbering of my emperors, so fortunately I have everything immediately prior to the younger Theodore's coronation, but nothing before. Sorry about that. I like to think that Theodore has unbound himself from the mortal plane, or perhaps committed some sort of sacrifice of himself, like Martin Septim at the end of Oblivion. He has unbound himself from the physical plane and linked his progeny to the Amulet of Kings for the good of all of Mundus. That's how I choose to see it.
And now is time for our coronation. We will crown ourselves and prepare to light the dragon fires. So we've, fulfilled that ambition we had back when we were titleless, back before our father ascended to godhood and to Aetherius. He chose a different sort of life. Now, I could Yeah, as Emperor of Tamriel, unlike as Emperor of Cyrodiil, you can become a warlord. But our threat level's 100%. I don't think we can quite take on literally everyone in the world. So we're going to see the realm prosper. Alright, we are now an evoker in the Mages Guild. We have another Ring of Aegis, it would appear. Okay, now is the day. Now, today is the day, the 13th of Second Seed in Second Era. Let's see. I think that would be 558 of the Second Era, and actually, hang on a second. Actually, I don't think the Third Era would begin until we conquer all of Tamriel. Otherwise, I think it would be, something like year 20 of the Third Era, but I think still 558 of the Second Era. So let us gain this prestige and light the dragon fires. My blood and the amulet shall light those sacred fires and reaffirm the sacred covenant of Akatosh and the promise that is outlined by our court of arms, the renewal of the sacred covenant in blood. The fires are kindled, and this is a clear sign of our divine will to rule. The barriers between Nirn and Oblivion have been sealed. This stone was raised by Theodore in memory of Theodore, his father, and Theodore's son. He lived a good life and ascended peacefully to the heavens. Ever will stand this memorial. So we're just building our prestige up on a constant basis. Because we're culturally ignored, we can now go on a pilgrimage to High Hrothgar. I see no reason why not. It's not like we're doing anything else at the moment. So, let's go and visit the Greybeards, climb the 7,000 steps, and see what they have to say about us, and our destiny. We who are blessed of shore and of kine and of Akatosh. As you look to High Hrothgar, you are humbled and realize how accurate the nickname Throat of the World is. The inhabitants of Iverstead warn you about snowstorms, wolves, bears, and all kinds of disasters that could happen on your way up. Onwards and upwards. So the High Queen of Skyrim is now my regent. After a small trip, I reached the first emblem. Before the birth of men, the dragons ruled all Mundus. Their word was the voice, and they spoke only for true needs. For the voice could blot out the sky and flood the land. Shall continue our pilgrimage. Several gray shapes darting through wolves. We can... so this option will always succeed. We'll scare them away. Yeah, make ourselves look bigger. And probably conjure some flame or something, since we are a mage. After climbing more steps, you see the second emblem. Men were born and spread over the face of Mundus. The dragons presided over the crawling masses. Men were weak then and had no voice. You shall continue upwards. Picked a bad time to get lost. I heard you were getting replaced by Sunrise. So, yeah, a bunch of bandits are going after it. And because our skill is high enough, yeah, we'll take the one that always succeeds. Yep, the bandits are killing each other now. Not sure if that ruse would work. You soon reached the third emblem. The fledgling spirits of men were strong in old times, unafraid to war with dragons in their voices, but the dragons only shouted them down and broke their hearts. Continue. Vicious snow bears in our way. So, yeah, our score is high enough, our attributes are good enough, and Yeah, we got that bear to fall off a cliff. Ice becomes less of a hazard as the steps that follow along the mountain itself are covered in snow. Soon you see the fourth emblem. Kine called on Parthenax, who pitied man. Together they taught men to use the voice. Then dragon war raged. Dragon against tongue. Continue. Started as a modest snowfall, picked... Alright, there's that brisk Skyrim weather. I think probably because we are culturally a Nord, even though we have spent, I think, the entirety of our lives at court in Cyrodiil. Arrive at the fifth emblem. Man prevailed, shouting Alduin out of the world, proving for all that their voice was too strong, although their sacrifices were manyfold. So if someone is sick, we can help them. We are a master wizard. Someone was bitten by a diseased skeever, but we have saved their lives. Soon we see the sixth emblem. With roaring tongues the Sky Children conquer, founding the first empire with sword and voice, whilst the dragons withdrew from this world. Alright, we can maneuver around those rocks. Continuing on, we reach the seventh. The tongues at Red Mountain went away humbled. Jurgen Windcaller began his 7-year meditation to understand how strong voices could fail. The Nordic presence at Red Mountain, at the Battle of Red Mountain, or whether it's the same Battle of Red Mountain as the one we're thinking of, like the one that in which Nerevar was betrayed and perished, has always interested me. It's this kind of sort of odd contradictory account. Are there two battles of Red Mountain? So yeah, that's quite interesting. The Imperial Cult, I wonder. That was just founded this year. And our cult has a moral authority of 100. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll continue the pilgrimage. Oh, and our daughter Emfried. Oh boy. I'm thinking maybe she should be the heir instead of Theodore. Shame about her kind of lame name, but I can change that. This would be so much easier in her Holy Fury. This one has some good congenital traits. He's old, though. Anyway, we're going to continue to take the ones that always succeed. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at Emfried right now quite carefully, because I think, yeah, she might end up being a much better heir than Theodore would be, who's lacking in certain traits. Particularly compared to Emfried, who is at least above average at everything and great at certain things. She's gregarious, that's good for diplomacy, brave, diligent, zealous, that boosts martial. But let's finish that pilgrimage now. You pause a few moments to read the 8th emblem. Jurgen Windcaller chose silence and returned. The 17 disputants could not shout him down. Jurgen the Calm built his home on the throat of the world. We're going all the way to High Hrothgar. Just after you walk past the 8th emblem, the shadowy individual stands in the middle of the path, blocking your way. Halt! I see too many pilgrims who think they can just climb the 7,000 steps and meet the Greybeards. They're wrong, and I bet you are too. I bet you didn't even bother to remember what the previous emblem said, word for word. Well, Theodore, the Emperor Theodore has an eidetic memory, so he remembers exactly what they said. often do I see someone who takes this so seriously. Sorry, friend. Good luck on your journey. So... She's now in the Temple of Nornal Host. I will designate her as my heir for now. And she'll be in my court soon enough because Robeck looks like it's going to revoke to me. For years, all was silent. The Greybeards wait to speak one name, who will be recognized as Dovahkiin. I might, in the save file, change Emfried's name to something more appropriately imperial. But, hey, the County of Skyborn just converted to the true faith of the Nine Divines. Always good to hear. We have our Magister preaching in choral to try and get the heathen kings of the heathen queen to see the light. Could just send a gift and request conversion. As you climb the steps, you hear a fearsome bellow and see a shaggy frost troll. It stands above the only path leading to High Hrothgar, eager to fight you. Well, I can evade it. And she has converted. Splendid. I will get my Magister preaching elsewhere soon. So, where is her claim? Which claim does she have? On the Kingdom of Hrothgar. Well, good luck to her. It's too slow to chase me. So, tall towers of stone jut out from the mountainside. You have reached High Hrothgar and stop to read the final emblem. The voice is worship. Follow the inner path. Speak only in true need. Will you go up or end your pilgrimage here? We shall, of course, visit the Greybeards. It's what we're here for. You enter High Hrothgar. In this dimly lit building, a figure in a hooded robe approaches you. They whisper, inviting you to meditate in the solitude of the monastery for a time. After hours and hours of meditation, you realize that you have learned a great deal and round up your supplies and return down the mountain. This was an incredible journey. We have the Pilgrim trait. That is that's a good trait to have if you want to just get your vassals to generally think more of you. So we have climbed the throat of the world and ascended the 7,000 steps to High Hrothgar. We have ignited the dragon fires. I think we can only conclude that it is our destiny to rule. And on that note, I will end this episode. I have been Maricotti, you have been you. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.